Whispers float in empty halls. Footsteps echo down the walls. Shadows break where secrets lie. Every echo holds a hidden sign. Blow the trace along a crime, a hush that haunts the night, a fear that lives in light. Unravel lines of twisted lies. In the dark, the story waits unseen.
And here we go.
Why it doesn't switch. Hi guys. Oh my god, I'm having a bad day. Mercury retrograde at its finest, apparently. I tried to go on TikTok and I was having issues with the studio, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go on YouTube because I haven't seen everybody in a while. And I was trying to get my maps ready, and it keeps telling me that Google Earth is not supported on my, like, I've been using Google Earth, I have places marked, and now it's saying it's not available on my browser, or it's not on my browser. And I'm like, what the heck? I haven't changed browsers. So then I tried my Onyx, and my Onyx that I paid for at the beginning of the year, if you guys remember, to see areas better, it won't pull up. I don't know what's going on other than Mercury retrograde. So to show you guys where I looked and where I'm looking at, I'm going to have to show Google Maps if I can find it. So I wanted to do this with Tracy, but this was kind of like last minute. So she might come on and we might talk about things. But so I don't know about that, Clarinda. So after I do this, I'm gonna do readings, and I guess if nobody wants readings, then I'll have to try to go back and hop on TikTok again. My blood pressure feels like it's through the roof right now because I just kept hitting walls, everything I was trying to do today. Don't have time to do that. I'm trying to keep things going. No, I think it's Mercury retrograde. We're in Mercury retrograde right now, so I'll just blame it on that. But I'm freaking annoyed. So my blood pressure is through the roof because I just kind of had a fit about it because I need that. I need the Earth and I need the Onyx. I totally forgot about the Onyx this whole time I've been looking at stuff, and then I was like, you know what? I could probably see things a lot better if I look at that. And then oh my god. Yes, my AC is fixed, but I still owe the guy. I've been avoiding him. Which I feel really bad about, but I don't. It's a long story as to, like, one of my clients donated very nicely, and it was because I've been helping with her with a situation for months, and because I had been using Sezzle and borrowing to get through when it hit my account, I'm sitting there waiting for it to hit so I could move it. It hit my account, and Sezzle took all of it. So I didn't get to do anything with it that I wanted to do. I was trying to pay off the vet because I promised her I'd pay her. That was I was really upset about that because I was going to take care of that later and, pay the guy, pay Trista, pay my vet bill, and I didn't get to take care of any of it. That's paid off, but I was having to use payment plans for a few months, and that's what happened. So for everybody that saw that, yes, I got a generous donation. Yes, now it was gone in the blink of an eye. So that I wasn't very happy about that, and I still owe the guy. So the GoFundMe is still up if anybody can support for a cup of coffee. I've been working my ass off just trying to keep the lights on as of now. My store is going to be opening hopefully soon. I'm just finishing. I'm hoping that'll be passive income for me. I don't know. My astrology and my readings all say yes, go for it. So I'm going to do it. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. Hopefully it'll be up soon. I just am dealing with like pricing and like the touches that, so that people can find it when they search. So I have to SEO, I guess it's called. So I've been working on that. It's going to have everything. You'll be able to get to the bookings and the podcast from there through a link. So that'll be kind of cool. And it'll have all different things from, I mean, apparel to shoes to bedding to cups to, let's just be like a full store to personalize things. So I'm actually gonna, I have to have Trista try it out because I'm not sure how it's gonna work once I get it live. But I'm gonna do, you can do personalized candles, you can do personalized jewelry, you can do personalized like things with pictures on them for your loved ones or whatever. So I'm gonna be doing that on there as well. So I'm excited about it. I'm hoping that it'll help support this work, if not just by the community, but in on Google in general. So that's what I've been kind of working on between that. I was live for 6 hours on Saturday and then 4 hours the next day, and I was completely exhausted and I still didn't get very far. So that's where things are at right now. It's not like I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I'm trying to work and find things to do. So anyways, that's where I'm at. But yeah, I need to breathe because that really annoyed me. So I had quite the I feel like my blood pressure is like really high right now. I feel completely out of it. So I had another crazy time. So the first time I went, I ended up hitting a monsoon. It wasn't monsooning here, so I was like, okay, everything's fine. I looked on the map, everything was fine. Like on the weather, everything was fine. As soon as I got about 30 minutes away, pouring down rain, like buckets of pouring on me. I'm driving through rivers, and I'm just like, what the heck? So I'm like, I'm going to keep going to Tucson so I can outrun this. And I ended up, because when I looked at the map and I asked Google, because I'm trying to find a needle in the haystack, because the way that I work is I see things as they are, like I'm there. It's not always that we get street signs or whatever, it's descriptions of places. And with Nacy, it's been very hard, it's been very blocked. And as I've said, she was I think she was somewhere else originally, and they have moved her recently because things opened up. Either that or it just kind of opened up. But we were looking originally for a wash in the beginning, and then it sort of switched to private property because all the cards and everything, all the EVPs, everything was pointing to private property, everything that we were doing. And then the one day, like, it shifted and I saw a vision of what I saw, but I'm looking for specific electrical towers. If it has anything to do with her, that's another thing, because it came in randomly when I was listening to the EVPs. So I guess it could be anybody. I thought it was her because that's what I was asking for, hoping that it's her. What I'm seeing aligns with a lot of the stuff around here. So I'm still looking for a dry wash with mud, apparently. That's what they were saying in the EVP. That's some of the cards that I pulled. That's a Saturn and Pisces type thing. So I'm still looking for that. But I don't feel pulled where I was originally, close to the house. So that's why I think she got moved. Or they moved her out of wherever she was. Either someone got close or whatever. If you guys listen to the old EVPs, they kind of mentioned that she was on private property somewhere else. So anyways, I was looking for this. I put it into Google. They said, oh yeah, this exists, blah, blah, blah. Gave me the whole rundown. I go up there. It's not like that anymore. Must have been telling me from like the 1970s. And I was like, well, I'm going to continue to go up the mountain here to the prison camp because I was just curious. And I swear I entered another dimension. I'm not even joking. It felt very weird. But there was a deer when I entered. I just felt weird driving in there. My head felt really pressurized and I felt really off, but that could have been the elevation is what I keep telling myself, but it also could have been the energy. I've never really felt anything like that at high elevation, but yet I don't go way up high in the mountains. So who's to say? But I think I've gotten more sensitive, and I'll explain to you about that on the next trip that I took. So anyways, I go out to the prison camp. It starts thundering and I'm like, well, I better get out of here. And there was a lady out there that was going hiking. It was like evening, and I'm just like thinking, unless she's going to a party or something, that's kind of crazy, because I'm just like, that's a perfect place for mountain lions and coyotes and rattlesnakes and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's what I'm scared of. So I leave, and as I'm leaving, the deer crosses my path again, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. The deer felt weird too. I don't know. Me and Tracy joked that like I went into a portal or another dimension or something else. I don't know. It was weird. Um and the whole time, of course, I didn't have service, so I couldn't tell Tracy what was going on. I'm sure she was flipping her lid because she usually talks to me so that I'm safe as I'm doing this. And the reason why I don't show you guys like where I'm at is for safety reasons, and I don't want to like cry wolf and be like, oh yeah, this is the place, blah blah. No, I would like to check it out because it looks so different on a map versus what I'm seeing. So as I'm leaving, it starts pouring buckets on me again, and I'm thinking at this point it's symbolic of my life. Tracy even said it was symbolic of my life. I had to pull over and wait for it to stop. But seriously, symbolic of my life. And so when I pulled over to stop, I was able to get service again and called her. But I had to pull over because the road was really windy, and it was like literally dumping buckets on me. And I was just like, and thunder and lightning. And I'm just like, dude, why do I feel like I'm just totally in my life right now? So, I went and I checked out a couple more places. I always get kind of led north and west, so I don't know. So the place that Tracy and I were kind of looking at, and the reason why is one, it was west, it's above Marana, and it is 8 keeps coming in the EVP, and so it's route 8, and that route goes from here to San Diego. Hang on one second. Sorry, Neptune just had a seizure, I think. He actually has been doing really good and hasn't had any recently, so he's on medication for it. But yeah, I only know because I did that with the ball. He kind of makes that noise that you just heard, and then he kind of gets he's at the bottom of the cage being a little out of it. So anyways, go figure. Yeah, so this is the EVP keeps mentioning Route 8, and I'll show you guys on the only map that I could get to work. But it goes from here to San Diego, and it's all dirt lots. It had, according to what the map looks like, it looked like it had the electrical towers I was looking for. Yeah, he's okay. He has seizures every once in a while. That's why he's on seizure medications for it. We think it's from when he broke his beak. So, he just looks dazed and confused for a little bit. I hate it, but I only know because of the screeching. Usually he's pretty quiet. So, this area it's a basin. So there's lots of washes. I think the Santa Cruz River runs through there. But I was just like, I gotta go check it out because 8 came in twice, and we're like, oh, there's a Route 8 that goes to San Diego. That's interesting. Considering one of the people that did the phone calls is from San Diego, and and the towers looked like it on the map, but when I got there, the towers did not look like that. But everything else kind of, as it was barren dirt in a basin, like that's kind of was looking for, and it was off Route 8. But what was weird is, I swear my map was trying to kill me. I swear my map always tries to put me in weird places. So I had stopped to get gas, And it took me in another route instead of putting me back on the freeway. The map did, and it told me to turn here, and it said not through to Route 8. And I'm like, okay, why is the stupid map taking me here? Well, it literally took me to where the road ended, and there's a mountain where people go hiking, and I'm just like, what the heck? That was, I'm like, why is it taking me here? So then I had to find my way back and get back on Route 8. And it had tried to do that to me all day, the map. But so the moment I get on Route 8, I start feeling things. And it might not, like I tell people with EVPs, and even with me getting information, it could literally be anybody, right? Because anybody can come through the EVPs, but still we had to check it out because they've mentioned 8 a few times. And because it matched the fact that it was kind of what I was looking for, at least I thought it did. Except for the towers didn't look what I was looking for. Because I think they have to look like that, because I think that's why they showed them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think they showed them that way because they're different and they're not going to be everywhere, because towers are everywhere. So that's the only way that I can think. So there's definitely something with that road. Don't know if it has anything to do with it. It could have something to do with anybody. Apparently, it's kind of a rough road for different things. And I felt a lot. I felt like I was getting hit in the face. I felt really ungrounded. I have never felt anything like that before driving on a freeway. That road actually leads to Noah, which we found was interesting, because if you guys have watched the EVPs, Noah has come in several times in the EVPs, and I was like, well, that's interesting. And there's a cemetery there, and it was weird. Right before the cemetery, mine and Tracy's phones cut off, and I had full service. We both had full bars. So I pulled over at the cemetery, and I started feeling stuff there. And I usually don't. Like, I usually don't feel stuff on roads or cemeteries or anything like that. So I thought maybe I'm getting a little more sensitive, because I really felt high. I really felt ungrounded driving on this road. I want to go back. It might not even have anything to do with Nancy. It might have something to do with somebody else that's calling us over there with the EVP. So I would like to, when things are better, go back over there and see if I can, because there was certain places I was kind of pulled to, but it's just vast, washes, desert. There's like nothing. Like, there could be, well, I mean, there could be anything out there. That's what, there has to be something. It's either that or the energy of perpetrators or stuff. I don't know. There's definitely something, because I don't feel like that normally driving day to day. And so yeah, that was basically it. I tried to come home, and thanks to Tracy, because I would have been stuck without gas. So thankfully she got me home, as she always does. And I the map kept saying it was going to take me 2.5 hours to get home, which made no sense, because I'm only an hour and 20 minutes out of Tucson. And so the map tried to get me to get off on this road, Houghton, and I was like, I'm not listening to you again, because you literally stuck me in the end of a mountain before. And like, I didn't want to listen to her, because 444, where she just took me earlier in the day. And I should have, because I ended up getting stuck in traffic. There was a deadly accident out there, and it was closed down for several hours. And that's why I was telling me it was going to take me 2.5 hours. She was trying to reroute me. So I was still able to get off, but I had to wait when I got off, and then they tried to take me the wrong way again, and I didn't listen to it. So I got home about 5 hours later. It's always an adventure every time I go. It's kind of ridiculous. I told Tracy we should live stream it, because it's that fucking ridiculous, and it's crazy. So there is one. I can't go look for Nancy anymore with the way that my life is without support, unfortunately. However, I do have to go up there, because go figure that because I found Violet's on special food. Her prescription food she got sick on. So I found this food I've been using off of Amazon that had really good reviews, and I found a dealer in Tucson. Well, I got the food, I brought it home, I opened it the other day, it smelled bad, and it's expired. So I have to take it back up there, hopefully tomorrow. One reason why I'm here doing readings today. Because I'm trying to, pay the vet, pay the insurance, go to Tucson. And there's a place that I want to look at that I had marked on my Google Maps that I can't show you, that I marked it previously. But A keeps coming in the EVPs like 3 different times, just A. Well, there's a mountain A over there, and it's by where A&T used to live and kind of by her business. It is south, which is not really an area I've been pulled to, but we actually looked at Kennedy Lake out there before. So it's not far from there. And it has like the observatory and stuff. And I remember that stars came in a long time ago. So it was an area that I was interested in at one point. But I'd have to drive there to see if it has the stupid towers I'm looking for, because the towers are something I'm trying to find. So let me show you where Route 8 is and what it looks like. There was the way that the crossroads were and everything from what I saw on the map was looking like what I saw, but again, it wasn't like it when I went out there. And there was even like a camping spot. Anyways. This is not my normal map. I can't get any of the maps to work, like I said. So, hold on. I'm trying to... It's like I forgot how to work this. All right, I haven't even looked. So there is, let's see if I can find it on this, because I don't have it marked. Oh, shoot. We don't want to show my house. Hold on. Stop. Forgot to change that. Damn it. Okay. What am I looking for? I have a headache all of a sudden. Okay. And it was weird how by the way, the other thing that's happening is my keyboard decided to take a crap. So I have to use both keyboards, and it's ticking me off because I type like fast, and this is just not, it's not cool. So I originally had this You're always doing something like that. Okay. Hope nobody saw what I had up earlier. Oops. So, as I always tell you guys, I just have to go by Can I move me? No. Oh, okay. I thought I could, anyways. So there is an A mountain. I found that weird just because A keeps coming in, and I have looked here before. So on my Google Maps, I literally have astrology lines that go this way. One goes this way and one goes this way. So I found that interesting. And I don't think she's anywhere complicated. Like, they didn't go like up into the mountains, but hills did come in the EVP, and just, I remember the star card did come in. So it is an area that I might go by because it's actually not out of my way to go get the food tomorrow if I can get up there. The plan is to get up there. That's why I'm trying to work today. And there's a golf course here, which was another reason I think I was interested in this. But the fact that I have 2 astrology lines that kind of go through here, and I have areas marked, like if I remember right, I want to say that A&T lived up here somewhere. I can't remember exactly where, but there's also another golf course here. I don't know if you guys remember, like, I dreamed of golf courses, so I've kind of been interested in areas with golf courses. I think we pulled the card in the beginning. So I don't know what this looks like in real life. I did go over here to Kennedy Lake at one point, which is right here. It's not very far from there, because of waterfowl and stuff that was coming in. I had went over there with Sheridan from out here. So I don't know. I can't really, let's see. Everything looks different on a map, like I say. So, but my astrology lines did go through here, so it is somewhere I'd like to take a look at. Oh, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. Thank you for gifting memberships, even though I gotta do things for you guys, honestly. So, yeah, I don't know. This is Hilltop. I'm just interesting because EVP said hills. I don't know about the washes around here. The only thing that gets me is it feels remote, but I don't know how remote this is because what I'm looking for feels like it's remote. Like I feel like it was more like outskirts, which I guess this kind of does go into the outskirts, but it might be just an area I like to drive because, like I said, my astrology goes through there. EVP mentioned A, and so this isn't too far out of the way. And I don't think like up in the mountains we're still looking for like a wash or something of that sort. So I have to go here to see if it has any of those towers like I'm seeing, and I'm hoping that like that is for her and not somebody else. It's hard to say because when I get random visions like that, sometimes they are where I'm looking for and sometimes they are not. So I'm trying to treat them as their Nacy, but they may not even be Nacy. See, the golf course goes, I don't like looking at the map like this. Oh, Mine Mountain. Mine came in. Interesting. So yeah. And there was another thing too. I think like Apache is like up here. That came in my dream with the golf courses. So it was just little things that are out here that I'd like to kind of take a trip and look. But let me show you Route 8 because I have to show you this. There's something in Route 8. I just don't know what the hell it is. Like, I don't know if it's like there's other bodies out there or other spirits or what, but there's definitely, I've never felt that way before. And I was feeling the people in the accident too when I got stuck. I was telling Tracy, I was like, this is weird because this doesn't usually happen to me. I can't. I hope it takes me to the right route. No, it didn't. It took me at 8th Street. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't like looking on. I want my maps back. This is stupid. Let me just see if I can try to find it this way. I got a damn headache all of a sudden. So this is where I went right here. Wait, is this where it's? No, I don't think that's it. I don't like this map. Okay, so it's past Red Rock. That was another thing EVP said red. This up here is this ostrich place. I really love that place. This is where I went for my birthday one time. I was going to post a video for you guys and I never got to it. But I actually loved that place. Or I love that place. Okay, right here. It switches to route. It's the Phoenix bypass. So it looks totally different in real life. And it looks totally different on this map too compared to what we were looking at for whatever we were looking at before. I was like, so there's something with this route. See how like it looks just remote and stuff? That's kind of what I'm looking for is remote. Like it feels remote. And it's South Tower Road. I was like, I don't know, is what I'm seeing like symbolic or what? But the cemetery is around here somewhere. And there is sand and gravel. Like, that was something else that came in was like a quarry type thing, quarry type area. So this is where I was at, and this I don't know. There's something about this road, and it's just so like there is telephone lines, but they are just not the ones I'm looking for. They're big, but they're not the. I'm looking for the ones the wide at the bottom. For some reason, like just going across the field. That's the only thing that I keep seeing over and over, and I'm having a hard time finding it because these are all different. They're not the ones I'm looking for. So there's something about this. I'm even getting a headache now looking at it. There's something about that road. So yeah, it's fixed, but I still owe the guy. So I've been hiding. That sounds horrible, but like I don't it's fixed, thank God they put it in, and I'm very 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 thankful and appreciative so that I can continue doing what I do, but I um like I still hopefully you guys will still support even as a cup of coffee or whatever. Like I still have to pay him. I still owe him a lot. So I owe him a lot. I owe Trista. The beat goes on. So thankful, but I had to work my ass off just to keep my electric on, and I was able to do it. And now they're gonna cancel my insurance. So I still am working very hard behind the scenes. Like I said, that's why I'm trying to get my store up. So not necessarily just for you guys to shop, but for all of Google or whatever. I'm hoping that it can be a passive income eventually, so that can help support this. Um, I'm always looking for other things that can support this work because unfortunately this work doesn't support me right now. Especially like I did have a pretty good night on TikTok, but it was 6 hours long, and it's very draining when you're on TikTok for 6 hours doing readings and you can't even cover what you need to cover. So it's not that I'm not working and not trying, it's just the visibility hasn't been there. And the problem is I would love to do more readings for you guys on YouTube and put it out. There's lots of cases I want to cover, but being in survival mode and trying to trying to make it, unfortunately I can't do both. That's where I'm at right now. So what the heck, now it won't stop. Now it won't stop. There we go. So that's where I'm at on Nacy. And like I told Tracy, until she gives me anything else, I'm kind of stuck. I'm gonna go if I can make it out tomorrow to get Violet's food, like exchange it. Because that's just my luck to go get food and then come back and it be no good. Like that's just my luck. This is like kind of on my way, so it's not a huge deal to go look there. But as far as like making special trips and doing things like that, I'm not gonna be able to do that right now until things kind of get a little bit better. Which I'm doing my hardest to work towards on my own. So anyways, but there's something about that Route 8, and I don't know if it's Nacy or not, but I'm like, I can't leave it alone. And I'm not saying that it's Nacy. It could be any spirit, but it's just interesting that they said 8 twice and it goes to Noah. And like when I went there, like I felt so messed up, guys. Like I drive roads all the time, and I've never had a road make me feel like that. And I don't know why. And so it's gonna bug me if there's like a spirit out there I need to go find. I don't know. Or a person I need to go find. apparently there's a lot of like trafficking that goes on in that corridor. So I don't know, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm alive right now because of you guys helping me get my AC fixed, because literally like it hit 100 degrees like the next week, and I don't think I would have survived it. Like it's 96 today. So very thankful. But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So that's my update. I wanted I wanted to put Tracy on here so she could tell you how crazy every single time I go something happens. Like it's always an adventure. I get stuck somewhere, I'm led somewhere weird. It's interesting. But I was telling her when I was on Route 8, I was like, I feel jacked up. I wanted to like go to sleep. It was the weirdest feeling I've ever had driving anywhere. So there's something definitely there. I don't think it was a wasted trip because I needed to feel the energy. And now I'm kind of like, well, what's out there? You know what I mean? I've tried to do some a little bit of research to see exactly, but the only thing that comes up with that corridor is it's a trafficking corridor. And Tracy kept saying, you know how you are with perpetrators, you know how you feel perpetrators' energies. Maybe it's that. Very possible. But I see that spirit kind of gave us 8 for a reason, unless it's something else. But we were just like, wow, it's crazy that there's a Route 8 and 10 goes into 8 and it goes to, it's the Phoenix bypass. So I don't know. But looking for my towers continues. But the EVP aligned with the cards. I did the cards first. And it's all kind of saying like dry wash, mud, and hills. And in my vision, I saw like mountains and hills in the background, but we're talking a needle in a haystack. Like I can only the problem with me is I get pulled all over the place on a stupid map. I don't like maps. And now my map ain't even working. So, but I did have 2 astrology lines down that way running right through that area. So I actually didn't go up to the A mountain. I was close to it, but I didn't make it over there. So I'm going to drive by and see. I need to see what it looks like because it doesn't look anything like a map. But for people, I actually am out there doing boots on the ground instead of sitting in front of a house. Which that's not happening anymore, but it was for months. Anyways. So I'm here if anybody wants readings. If not, keep them, there is the PayHip. There's things available on there. There's digital downloads. There's all the links and the ways to support. Or my schedule's open. So for tomorrow, like I said, I probably need to go to Phoenix, or I mean, not Phoenix, hell no, Tucson, but I'll probably be back later. But the problem is my keyboard. I actually had to take $12 and get a new keyboard because this keyboard, I don't know, it just quit working. UNH, those don't work, and you would be surprised how many words have that. So I keep having to come up here for that to my other keyboard, and it's it's taking me a lot longer to type things. It's really freaking frustrating. Mercury retrograde at its finest right now, between the technology and everything. So I don't know if anybody else is experiencing Mercury retrograde. I was born during Mercury retrograde. It's not supposed to affect me that much, but apparently I always have weird stuff happen. I'm just waiting for somebody to come back from the past. But yeah, so that's it. That's where we're at. And I'm still doing the email questions, if people would rather do email questions, that's there as well. But I don't know why it is. Whenever I come in here, you guys don't talk in the chat. When I go on TikTok, nobody talks in the chat. We'll have 9 people in TikTok and no one will say anything. It's like, and I know TikTok runs off of like, you know, getting spirit leds and stuff like that. And it's like, I can't just pluck stuff out of thin air if nobody's talking. It's weird. Me and Tracy will go in there and talk and we feel like we're being spied on by 9 people because no one says anything. It's weird. I don't know why people don't want to talk. So anyways, anybody have any questions or anything? Yes, no, maybe so. I'm still trying to get to other cases. There is that little girl. I cannot remember her name. I think she just went missing last week. I don't know if they found her. Does anybody know if they found her? Because I was just seeing Woods when I saw something about it and I was like, well, that would be interesting to look into, but I haven't had the chance. I got a headache now after looking at the map. That's another thing. I don't like going on maps because they make me, depending on where I'm looking at, I start not feeling good. You guys still there? Everybody still awake? Okay. Well, if nobody's going to talk, I guess I'll get off here. Okay. I am still gonna, as soon as okay, good. Talk to you later. I think that's her. She has a very difficult name. That's why I can't remember it, Ashley. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. My brain went blank. Yeah, for some reason I was getting Woods with her, but that was just, you know, just a ping of what was going on at the time. I was gonna say something else now and I don't remember what it was. It was important. I feel ungrounded after looking at maps. That happens. I hate it. Oh, Wine and Crime. If anybody wants to go to Wine and Crime, it's gonna be Friday at 6. We kind of do a little bit later because I mean it's a late night thing. It's a lot of fun. It's a $10 cover, and we just get together and talk about whatever. We're all feral. We don't. It's not recorded or anything. I just use the restream so we can all talk and you know, having issues with red ants and they're driving me crazy. You know, that's a lot of fun. I don't have a lot of spots left. We might reschedule if I don't get anybody else coming. We have the reading circle if anybody wants to do that. Hold on one second. What are you guys doing? Justice. We have the reading circle. That is July 18th at 5:30 Pacific. I think I have 4 spots filled. I have like 10 spots allowed. So, yeah, Kimmy. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. We get together and talk about whatever. So, if you want to do that, that's one thing that like kind of supports stuff, and it's, you know, It's kind of like a girls' night out, but we're all online and remote. So, you know, we just call it wine and crime. Wine and crime. You don't actually have to drink wine, although some people sometimes do. Um, and then we have the reading group uh, as well. So the reading group is 59, and I think like 6 spots left or something like that. So we're gonna do Akashic Records, where it's kind of like a meditation. Everybody can go and get a piece of information, hopefully, and you get to pick your reading. It's 3 questions, intuitive guidance, and cards, or mini mediumship. So if you'd rather do that, Kimmy, it's who fucking knows at this point with the way that all of everything is going today. I'm lucky I'm even here because, like I said, I couldn't get on TikTok. Then it wouldn't pull up what do you call it? It wouldn't pull up Google Earth. It now says I can't get to it, that my browser doesn't support it. And I'm like, since when? It won't pull up the X on X that we paid for. I don't understand. It kept telling me on TikTok Studio that I need to delete stuff. So I deleted a bunch of stuff, and now nothing works. Well, I moved it to my thing that I plug into the computer, whatever the heck it's called. And did you know that they took down a video from like last year on my shorts? The testimonial one? That was so stupid. I used their music. Freaking dumb. I don't even understand. I don't understand. But I'm trying to think of a day that I can do the watch party. I know people were interested in doing the Idaho 4 watch party, and on here and on TikTok, and so I'm trying to figure out a day to do that. And since February, I have been saving stuff to do my hair. I think I'm finally going to do it, hopefully. I don't know. And I have some other stuff that I've had for like 2 years sitting in there that I wasn't going to use, but I might. So, literally since February. I've been collecting it along the way. Well, February, I got most of it. So I'm probably going to do it eventually today. Or tomorrow or something. I don't know. Can't say that it will turn out good. You're welcome, Kimmy. I mean, you could do it now if you want. All of a sudden, I feel jacked up. I think it's Mercury. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time. I think it's Mercury retrograde. You guys know that you can send messages through YouTube now? Yeah, no, my blood pressure was really high earlier. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, everything I tried to do is messing up. And then the bird had a seizure, and now, I don't know. Just figures. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't. I wish I could go to bed. It's only 5 here, though, but have things I must do. I'm always working. I know you guys don't see me, but I'm always working on something in some way. And so I try to get on here and do things, but I'm so busy and trying to do lives on TikTok to pay bills. And the only reason I go there instead of here is because I get, new people and stuff. a lot of times, we have just the same people. You guys, I love you guys, and the same people join the lives, and you guys can only get so many readings. So I try to go over there, and it's just not. I don't know. I'm hoping the new astrology. It's been better. So it's funny because I saw a reader say that Aquariuses have been stuck in like a purgatory where like nothing's like moving forward or backwards. It's just like we're just stuck. And I'm just like, wow, that's totally true. That's exactly how it's been for like a year. And that's with visibility and everything. But we did just have a shift in astrology where Jupiter went into Leo, which is my seventh house of partnerships, others, collaborations, things like that. It's supposed to help with visibility plus some other things that are going on. I'm hoping it's going to help things move. Things have started moving, like the needle has started moving more than it was for the last year. So there has been a little bit of movement. That night on Saturday, I did have more visibility than I've had in a while, or more people joining in and getting involved. Sunday was not good, but Saturday was good. So it's a start. So I'm hoping the astrology is going to help that along. I'm hoping that I'm not spending all this time on my website for no reason. The astrology and the readings that I've listened to seem to approve of it, so I'm hoping that that will help, because if that does well, then I can do a lot of true crime. Like, that's my end goal, is just to put a lot of cases out there, and continue doing this work. I would hate to have to. I mean, it sucks because I live out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how the gas go back and forth, but I've thought about just if I do have to work at like a fast food or something, I won't be doing YouTube. I'll have to shut it. I'll have to stop it for however long it's going to take. So I'm trying not to do that, but we'll see. We'll see. This month's supposed to be better. Everything's supposed to be better. So and I do have the things that are still available on PayHip. So I try to put things out that you guys need and make them affordable. So yeah, that's where things are. But things are moving a little tiny bit at a time. Always looking for ways and things. So I feel like I have been in a purgatory for a year. And Tracy was like, oh, we can come on and talk true crime and all of that, and maybe it'll help. And I'm like, yeah, kind of. It's not like the other true crime channels. It's just different because of the spirituality involved, I think. But unfortunately, with being where I'm at, where did I go? Sorry about that. Being where I'm at, it's a little tough because I'm always having to work. Well, trying to work, I should say. What are you doing? You're okay. Come here. So, yeah. That's where I'm at. And after this, like, I don't know how much. I'll do a case as long as I feel pulled to it or whatever. But if there's no new information coming, then I kind of have to let it go because it's just not time. Sometimes the energy ramps up in a case, and I feel like doing stuff on it. But then there comes a point where I kind of have to move on. Which is kind of where I'm getting with Nacy. There's not really. I'm gonna check out this area, and then unless I get a new piece of information that tells me, okay, this is where the spot is, or this is where it could be, or whatever, till I get a new piece of information or new vision or something, I'm gonna have to go find another case that I can help with. It's weird because some cases are easier to see where they're at than others. She's not one that's easy. She's got a lot of Aquarius energy fixed sign. So if you think of Summer Wells, they both have a lot of Aquarius energy fixed sign. So that's kind of the hard part about it, right? But if I only knew the familiar area that we're looking at, because it's supposed to be familiar to these people involved, which this area would be, I guess. But I don't know. That's where I'm at. Well, I wouldn't be able to do it through email that way, though. So it would either have to be live, or you would have to schedule, or you could join the group. If you want to join the group, if you're free on the 18th, you can do that. It's the same price. It's $6.59. So that's the 18th at 5:30. But I can't do it through email. Like I can't do I can't do the reading through email because I need to bounce back the validation from you. So and it did change the schedule from Friday to Thursday because crap keeps popping up on Fridays. So I put those 2 days. If people start scheduling more, I'll open up more days. But as of now, it's for privates. It's Wednesdays and Thursdays. But 24 hours in advance because like same day I can't promise with the way that everything is going with animals and things like that. That I last time somebody did schedule, we were able to reschedule, and then because they scheduled like the same day because my schedule's so open, and then I also when I woke up I said, well, I got to take the cat to the vet later today. I didn't think I had a reading, so let's do your reading early. So sometimes we can do that, but at least give me, and if you can't wait, at least email me and let me know, because I don't always see, like if someone schedules like at 2-3 o'clock on the same day, I don't always see that notification. The notification doesn't always I'm not usually I'm off doing something. I've been really building my website, so I don't know, I'm building it in hopes that it will help support this work. I'm hoping so, because my nervous system can only take so many readings. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and when you're working 6 hours doing this work, like it's a lot. It's a lot on your energy level, and then you're down for 2 days. And if I get sick or something, like if this work is tied to my survival and something happens where I get sick and I can't do reading, like I'm screwed. So I need something passive, so that's what I'm trying to work for. And I know people are probably tired of hearing about the other things I'm offering, but that's the only way that I can support this work. So just like any business, it's not easy to keep a business going. I've kept it going for 14 years. This is the toughest I've ever had to face. I had an easy time after Idaho 4 for like a year, and then everything just, I went from here to, I don't know, it's weird. Normally people's careers like go up or stay steady. They don't crash. So that's been kind of tough to deal with. But yeah, Kimmy, I can't do an email mediumship. So joining the group or coming on live is probably the best way to do it. Or scheduling. It's a little more expensive through the schedule, but I don't know. I might offer another deal here on the 20 minutes. What do I stream on? Restream. It's cheaper than it's the exact same as StreamYards, but way cheaper. I couldn't do StreamYards anymore. It was almost like $50 a month. This is like 19 or something like that. And also Tracy and I did our podcast, but I have to go through and listen and edit it. Some crazy shit happened during I don't even know what's on there. The cats got into it weirdly. So I don't even know like what she said, some of it. So she wanted to redo it, but I was like, let me see what we got first. So I also got to do that. So if you haven't checked out the first podcast, it is on Spotify now. And you can find it in my Linktree. I did put the Spotify link in there. Make sure that you follow on there. And then hopefully we'll get more up. We're talking about Harmony Montgomery. We're gonna be doing probably 2 or 3 episodes on that. She knows a lot about that case. That's actually kind of how we met. So he's getting his thing over his conviction overturned. So they're going to do a whole nother trial thing. So we just thought like it would be a good time, and it was easier for her with her loss to like she already knew everything, like she wouldn't have to research and stuff. So it was just easier for us to do it on a case that we kind of both knew about, and I was getting new visions on it too. So I'm gonna, that's in the podcast. So I just have to see what we got and see if we're gonna keep it or not. I'm pretty sure we will, depending. So that was a really weird night. That was on the full moon in Capricorn, and like my dogs, my cats, everybody was crazy that night. I don't know, like I stopped, like I don't know. The dogs are being weird. The cat's gonna fight. My cats never fight. They got in this big ass tussle. I have no idea. It was weird. So, and that was in the middle of the podcast. So I have to listen and see what we even got, But it just sucks that I had to get a new keyboard too, because like in the midst of everything. But that's Mercury retrograde technology. Thank you. So yeah. That's basically it. Email readings are still up as far as intuitive guidance. I do have a couple I've got to get to. I do have a card reading I got to do. Oh, that's another thing. I need to see if you guys are interested. I know I asked on the group. So I was considering doing, and you guys know I'm like not, so I'm not a professional at cards. I'm still always learning the cards. I've kind of taught myself. It's more intuitive with the cards. But I have pretty straightforward cards. They're really accurate when we do readings on TikTok. I've been thinking about doing like monthly or whatever, for either, so it would be like earth, fire, water, air, or it would be each sign. But unfortunately, each sign would take a really long time, and I don't know if I can do that right now. But if I did just the like the air signs and things like that, like it would be like $3 or $4, and that would help go towards this. Because I couldn't wait for it to like, you know what I mean, do well on YouTube. Like it would help support this work right now and me right now and getting everything back into order. So it wouldn't be anything crazy, like $3, $4, maybe $5. And you could get to it whenever you wanted to. So I don't know if that's something that people would be interested in. I've thought about doing it, but I've had people tell me that they want the downloads like for their soul reset and the pet one, and then as many people have told me weren't like, they just seem to lose interest. So I just want to make sure, because it would take a lot of time to do that. If I put my time into that, is that something like you guys are serious about? Let me know. If not, then I have to try to find something else. I do have my Patreon. I've got to try to get something out for my Patreon members as well. I just feel like there's not enough time in the day and not enough energy in my body to do everything that I'm trying to do right now. I need like a team or something. I don't know. So, but once the website's up, it will be very easy to manage. At least we'll see how it goes for like the first month. So I'm working on the logistics of that. And I'm excited about that because, like I said, I'll add more personal items, but at first I'm just going to put one to see if it works the way I want it to, so people can actually add pictures and stuff, because that's what I wanted, is a whole like spot in the store where people can just do personalized stuff. For your fur baby, your loved one, just family picture, whatever. And there'll be different options for that. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it goes the way I'm wanting it to. And I'm talking about in general, not just with you guys. I'm talking about like random people finding it, all of that, because it'll also have like my booking and the podcast and everything on there, ways to get to that. So I'm excited about it because I love making beautiful things, and I've been wanting to do it for a really long time. So I've always wanted my own brand. My beautiful Libra moon that just wants to create, and it helps me kind of get out of the headspace of true crime, spirits, all of that. So interestingly enough, the REM pod was going off from the night we did the readings. I think they figured out how to not make the battery die so much, just like little bursts instead of making it go crazy, because it went off from the night we did the readings to to today. It went off all day yesterday and today, but on and off, like bursts. So the battery didn't die. I was surprised, and not as much as usual. So they're finding a way to not make it die. Hey, Jennifer. And that reading was really interesting that we did on TikTok. I asked her if someone else had passed away recently. I felt like a male, honestly. And she's like, no. And then she messages me the next day and she's like, my aunt that was in on the reading with me, like her baby dad passed away, like the next day. And I was like, well, I don't know if that's what it was, but that's still weird. So anyways, it's supposed to, I think, rain today. I don't know. I hope it does. It's really hot outside. Thankful I'm not dying. Yeah. So that's basically it. All right. Well, I wanted to catch you guys up and everything, and because I couldn't get on TikTok, so I was like, oh, let's just go to YouTube and hang out with that community for a little bit. But so, am I really lagging that much? Are you guys like not chatting or hearing me or whatever? I don't even know anymore. All right. I'm going to get off here and try to see what else I can accomplish today. Hang in there. We have a couple more planets going retrograde this week. Or not this week. This month. I don't know exactly when. I have to look. But Saturn and Neptune are going retrograde in Aries. So that'll be fun. And Mercury retrograde at the same time. And we also have the nodes of fate changing signs. So they're moving into Aquarius, which is really good news for me, I hope. And I think Leo. So I always kind of watch Lunatic Astrology. I like her a lot. She goes into the astrology, so that's very interesting. And the Astro songs are still available too. Those are really neat. Yeah, it's okay. I've been here for an hour. I feel like I'm talking to myself, so I'm gonna go. I don't know if it's like if I'm slow or people are just quiet or what. I'm not really sure. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to check in and let you know what was going on, where everything was at. And